podcast where everyone should be seen and heard. So let me open up this page. This is my special guest again, Eartha. Welcome, Eartha.
Thank you.
How was your day?
Long, very long. I had
Anything
to go through a
exciting?
patient. I had a patient that sent their charts and their records over to me, and I had to go through 4,082 pages.
So you're what the hospital you work in? Is it like a regular hospital?
It's a teaching hospital. It's a state hospital,
Mm. So
and because I work, huh?
have you gotten any letters from the state telling you what you can and cannot do
Not yet. No. About what?
about like Roe v. Wade and contraception?
No. And you know what? Because I'm in a Democratic state, so
Mm.
nothing has changed as of yet.
Okay.
But the guy that's running against the governor that we have is a Democrat,
Mm.
and the guy that's running against him is supported by Trump. His name is Darren Bailey. This guy is so crazy. He wants to kick Chicago out of Illinois, not understanding that Chicago carries most of those small towns in southern and central Illinois.
That's like
But
the Texas wanted to succeed or claiming they
this
want to
guy wants
succeed.
right. So we just gonna be walking around a homeless city. No state will claim us. We the bald headed stepchild because all they do is talk about how bad Chicago is. So yeah, we the bald headed stepchildren.
Or redheaded stepchildren.
Redheaded stepchild. Yeah, that too. Because I mean, it's like Chicago, right? I mean, it generates a lot of revenue with tourism and factories and sports teams and things like that. So go ahead.
Mm.
Go right ahead. Then that's less we have to send and distribute to them.
I really don't get the logic of, and like I'm in a red state. I'm in Tennessee, so you see what kind of
Hmm.
lunatics are in charge of our asylum. We
Yeah,
got
they don't. They want to be able to marry 10-year-olds. So
yeah, yeah. Bill Lee, Moscow, Marsha Blackburn. Um, is my nerves. I've been trying to stay calm because like we've always been kind of suffering as Black women. We've always been kind of suffering, but to see how our plight is going to get worse because of a certain segment's selfishness. They are
and the
so.
thing is, you're right. I was talking to I responded to somebody yesterday because the guy was like, what does he mean that? Because I stitched this young girl and she was saying about how this is gonna affect marginalized communities even more, and he was like, well, how? And I had to explain to him, trust me, these women are not going to spend childbearing years in prison. We
Mhm,
will,
mhm.
but they won't. They'll probably get ankle monitoring and they have to and they might have to do the period trackers because they telling all the women to take the period trackers off their phones.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, and I've seen some men saying, I've seen some men and women saying the men should upload those trackers, those apps. Like all the women of childbearing age delete the app, but the men should upload those apps. But my thing is, men have the attention span of a gnat. And that's just
Exactly.
all men. All men have the attention span of a gnat. I mean, I know a few of
For
them
certain
are,
things, yeah. For
yeah,
certain things, yeah.
yeah. A few of them will take the time to be, vigilant about it, but it's not going to be enough because men in general have the attention span of a gnat.
Oh, excuse me. I was looking at something today. They said now the FTC wants Apple and Google to take Facebook and TikTok off of their stores. They don't want people to be able to have access to them anymore. I
I
think I
saw
told you
it
about that.
before we went on, and I was gonna I saved the video because I wanted to do it the video, but you know why? Because I mean,
It's too much information being spread.
yep, and people are learning. It's like what we were talking about the other night. People are
I
learning.
think pretty soon they're gonna make it so they're gonna start making phones without cameras and stuff. If they allow certain people to have phones. I mean, to be honest with you, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Right, and that's what's so
And
terrifying.
you know what? And like we were saying, I have been telling people about this stuff since at least what 2015, 2016.
Yep, yep, same
Huh?
here.
I've been telling people this that stuff like this was gonna start happening. I've been saying this stuff for at least 6 years.
Hmm. And that's what,
I was hoping I was just talking crazy, but it don't seem like I was.
and like the TikToker I saw, a creator today, he basically said it the same way. I was, he worded it better than I worded it. But basically, like I was saying the other night, I didn't really, I didn't care about Biden or Harris. I didn't like either one of them either. But they were basically, you know how you plug, you get a hole in your tire and you just plug it to keep the air from
Yeah,
going all the
you
way
weren't
out.
really voting. You weren't voting for them. You were just probably voting against Trump. It's the
I was
difference.
voting against him, but I was voting so I could get myself time to where I could repair the damage that Trump caused as far as like saving money, working to saving money. I thought I was going to be able to do that, was going to be able to work and save money. Like I was not prepared for this economy being sabotaged to where I can't make enough money to save to get out of the country. I wasn't
Yep,
prepared for this. I was not prepared for this. And that's what's
yeah.
happened. That's exactly what's happened. They're sabotaging this country to keep people trapped here.
And then, a lot of them were talking about how Trump cut taxes, but what they don't realize is that was a 2-year fix. When he left office, those taxes went up, which is why they blame Joe Biden. But it's his fault that you know so much is being taken out of out of people's paychecks.
Yep. He set booby traps all over the place before he left. There were booby traps in place. When Putin and his attacking Ukraine, that was a booby trap.
What happened was is Trump was supposed to win,
Hmm.
and he wasn't. Nothing was going to happen. He wasn't going to send any aid or anything.
Yep.
That's why he wanted to um, withdraw from NATO.
Yep. The attack on Ukraine was a booby trap.
Yeah, it was going to happen anyway.
Hmm.
Russia was going to do it anyway. But with Trump not being, which with the United States not being in NATO, they wouldn't have been required or obligated to protect them from it
Right.
like they're doing now.
So when all
So
those sanctions were put in place, that's when the sabotage of the economy started to happen because basically all of those oligarchs, all of the result of this inflation is a result of the oligarchs lashing out at the
yeah.
general population. Because
And I mean,
basically,
look, it's not even subtle, or it's
mhm,
just blatant. Look what Greg Abbott did with those trucks.
yeah, yeah, exactly. That rose like the first sign when the grocery stores had to go up on their prices. Like I was saying about the Asian market, like that's the only place I shop. They had to go up on their prices, but it wasn't their fault. It was because
I
of
mean,
them,
it's not like it's no, it's the people who are paying for it. It's not their fault.
right? Because I've owned
You
a
know,
business before too, so I understand that. It's all because of these white men trying to now choke everybody. They're trying to choke everybody out. They're trying
like I
to
said
keep their
yesterday,
power.
yeah, it's so it's so. they can always have a working class. It's so they can always have somebody under them that will, has no choice but to accept what they decide to give.
Well, we're gonna have. I mean, I'm panicked, but I saw like one video. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna pull it up here. There was one video I did. I did a duet right before I came on, where this lady. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up here. Where it's kind of a call to action. So, um, at least it's something. I don't know if it'll work, but at least it's gonna be something. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna pull it up here. Let's see. Okay.
At the UN are denouncing the Supreme Court decision to strike down Roe v. Wade.
Yes, okay, and here's what you're gonna do if you were also fucking livid about Roe v. Wade being overturned. Here's what you're gonna do. Okay, you're going to go to ohchr.org, type that in. It'll take you to this homepage. You're gonna click About Us, What We Do. You'll be led to this page, and you'll scroll down. Scroll back up. Human Rights Council, that's a hyperlink. And then you're going to click Complaint Procedure. You're going to scroll down to How to Submit Communications, and then click the form. That'll download a form for you, and it'll have the email address that you then send the form to, and you're done.
Experts at the UN are.
So, I mean, it's something like.
What is that organization again?
It's at the United Nations. So you go to the United Nations, and then like go to my video, because I was doing it while she was talking about. I was going through the steps as she was telling us the steps. So it's on the United Nations website.
Okay. But my thing is it's a good idea.
I mean, it's something. It's a form of like a lot of people are saying, what can I do? A lot of people are scared to like go actually do the protest or anything like that, but they're willing to do like the boycotts, don't go shopping, things like that. Like we've got a lot of people that are new to protest now, so we got to get them doing any little bit to resist.
Right.
The
Because I wouldn't
problem.
protest. I'm not a protester.
Right. So, I mean, I've been to protest, but like, I'm
I'm
not
not.
going to go to protest now, considering how they're trying to set people up. And the only way protests would be effective is if, like what we were saying last night, is if the white women that are protesting now, if they would not cosplay, if they didn't think of it as a fashion show and cosplaying, if they were willing to do what, like with the Montgomery bus boycotts, fill up the jails, clog up the justice system, things like that. They haven't
Right.
gotten to that point yet. That is the only way the protests are going to be effective, besides us not spending money. So, um, the fact that I'm like, we're not going to be out there. There's still things we could do like that. File a complaint, sign petitions, try to rally people behind the scenes to do that, like file complaints, sign petitions, make calls, do things like that, instead of boots
I
on the
did
ground.
I did sign a petition to impeach Clarence
I did
Thomas.
too. I did that. I did mine today. I signed too. I will find out what it's up to, but yeah, I signed a petition for that. Anything that I find that we could do like that for protests, that's like I've actually tagged the UN, the United Nations, on Twitter. I've tagged the Amnesty International, and I'm not like, I'm tagging them so I can. Whether somebody actually sees it, somebody will see it. So I'm
But
not
my
thinking.
question is even if okay, so let's just say the United Nations get 100 million complaints.
Mm-hmm.
What then? What do they? I mean, and I'm not saying this in a snarky kind of way. I'm just trying to see what would the United Nations do? What could they
Well,
do?
the thing about it is the United Nations, they could sanction the United States. The United States can get sanctioned. All other developed nations can boycott this country.
Wouldn't we suffer even more though?
We would suffer, but it's getting human right, like the things that are going on in this country right now. The United States has bombed and started wars in other countries because they were doing that to their citizens. So it's getting to that point. The Republicans fast tracking fascism. This is not going to go well. And yes, we're going to suffer. But I'm at the point where I would rather watch it burn and help burn it down than to be stuck under fascist rule. I just don't want to live under fascist rule. And since I'm stuck here and I cannot get out of the country now, I'm trapped. I would rather see it burn down and burn it down than live under fascist rule. And then to see if the UN and other developed countries boycott the United States, so be it. Because I'm just like people are saying, don't go to red states and spend money in red states. And yes, the people in the red states, because I'm one of those people in the red states, it can't get any worse than it has been for me. I look at it like that. It can't get any worse. Well, I mean, it can get
Well,
worse.
it
It
can.
can get
It
worse,
can,
but
but
you
I
know what I
mean,
mean. Yeah. So
and I'm
I'm
not saying
already
just sit, I'm not saying just sit by and watch everything go down, but
right.
I just wanted to know specifically what could happen and how would the United Nations get involved when United States is the one that send humanity and go liberate and
Right.
free everybody else. So
Well,
what would they do for us?
look at that. Hopefully not with minus the bombing and coming in with armies from other countries. They can sanction us. That's like the first step. Like the sanction the country. Say like we just sanctioned Russia, the United States can be sanctioned as well. All developed countries, because United States honestly is just not a developed country.
We need to get in contact with somebody. Look, I mean, I know they say that they're corrupt too. All black people need to try to get in contact with the Ugandan government. They just got that 330 million tons of gold. They can help.
Well, look, check this out though. This is not a good sign. So Biden just uh hired like at the Pentagon like the first black general or something like that. Because I saw a guy just explaining this.
Wait a minute, it broke up. I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. So Biden just hired the first black general or something, commander or something like that, like a top position in the military. So look,
Yeah.
this is not a good sign. So this black guy explained it perfectly. Actually, let me pull up his video because he explained it perfectly. They're going to send somebody that's the same color as us to go
To
in
take us
over
down.
there and
Yeah.
tell them, hey, look, we see that y'all got gold and we want some of it. And you know what kind of arrangement we come to? You know what I'm saying? Like
And
that
I don't think they're
that
in a
was
position to say no. I mean, we've been here before. They came to the country, they came to the continent with boats. They weren't
right.
taking no for an answer. So they're going to go over there with a black man and a shovel.
Yeah, so that's very upsetting to me because I knew that was going to happen when I saw the news
You know what?
of
And I've been
finding that.
worried about that. I have been
When I,
thinking about that because wherever it's a resource that the
yep,
United States needs or they
yep,
want, that country need freedom.
yep, and that is very upsetting to me because those people, that's theirs. It's just
No,
like with the
right?
Native Americans over here. This was their home and it was taken. And history is repeating itself again. And it's pissing me off that I'm having to
Yeah.
see, yeah, that's just I mean, this place is raggedy. Let me find that video.
It is. I mean, I try not to think about it too much because I already have anxiety.
Right. That's what I'm going through right
But
now. I'm just
it's
like,
definitely it's a major concern because all I think about is, okay, what about my parents? What about my kids? That's my concern. What do they have to look forward to?
right.
What
And
does
my
the future
daughters,
hold
and
for
yeah,
them?
I
Huh?
wonder if I was looking for that guy's video, and I'm wondering if they took it, if TikTok took it off because I just saw it. Where is that video? That's yeah. TikTok is acting screwy too, but it's the United States headquarters that's doing this to TikTok here. Where is that video? I seriously just liked it. Should have been in my top. It's not here. With that man talking about that the gold and you
They might
got.
have removed it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just before we came on live, I just saw that video. And now it's not here.
They may have removed it. There's like anything they don't like, because Eartha Cat is on ban. It's on view only right now because somebody went on my page, I guess, not yesterday, and was going back through some of my videos, and I mean they were back in like May 15th and stuff like that. Oh, my daughter leaving. Wonder where she going. Um, and was reporting stuff for hateful comments, hate speech.
And now they've made it hard for you to appeal
Yeah, they
because they did
restored
that
the
to
video
me.
though.
Yeah, they did that to me in the beginning of this month. Well, last month is when I got that thing, that alert on my account. But I'm like, why do I have this alert? Because I'm like one of the least problematic accounts on TikTok.
It is not even about being a problem. It's about somebody, getting triggered by what you post.
But even still, with you've seen my content, like I don't post like really uh problematic stuff. Like I don't have like profanity. I don't have violence. I don't post violence, profanity, or you know those compared to the videos. A lot of accounts that I see, I'm unproblematic. Yep, they must have removed that video because it's seriously not here. Like, wow. Okay, you're back.
What happened?
I don't know. No, I was like, yeah, well, they seriously removed that video, so I don't know. Yeah, they're acting shady.
You know they are. They don't like all the information that's being shared. That's why the FTC, I mean, think about it. Everybody is in on it. The Federal Trade Commission is on in on this stuff.
Well, I'm gonna share it here.
FCC commissioner has sent a letter to Google and Apple suggesting that they remove TikTok from their app stores. The commissioner is concerned that the Chinese government may be spying on us. Call me crazy, but I'm less concerned with the Chinese government and more concerned with our own. Breaking news, the FCC commissioner has sent a letter.
What he said. I'm not concerned about
Well,
the
they
Chinese
don't have to
government either.
spy. I mean, they don't have to spy on us. I mean, what information are they not getting? Just by looking. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and I don't like it. Everybody says they don't have anything high. It doesn't matter. Regardless, once you're born in this country, they're monitoring. They're
That's why
monitoring.
you have a social security number.
Yep,
That's why you have a birth certificate. That's why you have to register and all of that stuff.
for
They
everything.
want to know from the moment you're born, the moment you leave the hospital. They know everything about you.
And even when you die, like my late husband, he has like he was cremated, but there's like a little serial number on his in his box. So even
Yep.
when you die, they're still keeping records and
They
tags.
got records of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a serial number. It's like a brass plate with a serial number.
That's crazy. I mean, it's like the more you think about it, the crazier it gets. It's like right now, life is stranger than fiction.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode
I
or
just don't.
Twilight
I'm
Zone.
like, speaking of the Twilight Zone, I didn't know that Rod Sterling actually created the Twilight Zone in
Because of
response
Emmett
to
Till.
Emmett Till getting
Yeah,
killed.
yep.
Yeah, I didn't know
Rod
that.
Sterling always rocked with the social justice, which I love. That like I'm when I say I don't watch Western TV and movies, Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone I still rock with because every year or like on Netflix or whatever I'll make my own little marathon. The Twilight Zone I will always rock with. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I had
Oh,
to
okay.
yell. I didn't want you to.
Oh, okay.
You know
Yeah,
what?
he's
It
always
always
been about
it
social
was the
justice.
theme song that always scared.
Uh, I think you're
Losing connection. Hold
okay. Okay.
on. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep. I can hear you.
Okay. I watched the Twilight Zone movie when I was younger, but other than that, I couldn't watch it. I don't watch any horror movies or anything like the Thriller video gave me nightmares, so I
Oh
I
my
stay
God,
away from stuff
that
like
gave
that.
me nightmares. The Thriller
Oh, so
video
it's not
gave
just
me
me.
nightmares. I was like, and look, like I am the big horror fan. I was born the same year as the
Against
original
the wall.
black and white Night of the Living Dead. So the original black and white Night of the Living Dead still scares me today. I was born the same year that came out. But the commentary of the Night of the Living Dead, George A. Romero was like Rod Serling. So his social commentary was dealing with racism and stuff in Night of the Living Dead. So he basically because he also did Planet of the Apes.
Oh
So
yeah,
all of those concepts for those shows, even as entertaining as it was, had a racial storyline that a lot of people didn't pay attention to. The Planet of the Apes, think about it. Back in the 60s and 70s, what the blacks were going through in the
right.
60s and
What if
70s.
things were reversed and the gorillas, which
Right.
represented us,
That was the
took over the
storyline for
world?
Planet of the Apes. As well as like Night of the Living Dead, the black guy was the hero. That was the first time any movies had like a black leading man that was like the hero of the whole story.
I've never watched it.
But that was the basis of it. Like George, they were telling George A. Romero, we're not going to play this in the regular theaters. The racist white people did not want Night of the Living Dead played in the theaters because the black man was the leading hero, and he slapped a white woman in the movie. And the only reason he slapped her was because she got hysterical and she was going to get everybody killed. So he just slapped her because she was hysterical. He didn't slap her to brutalize her or anything, but that was part of the
Right.
story.
He was trying to slap the panic out of her,
Right, right, right,
give her a
right.
shock. I get it.
She was a Karen. She was a Karen. She was like, "What is going on? What is going on?" Kind of like the women going through the white women right now in panic. That's the Elizabeth. I mean Barbara in Night of the Living Dead is a prime example of what the white women are going through right now. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God! All these zombies now coming out of the ground and stuff like that. Those zombies are representing the Republican Party. Now the Barbara is freaked out. So,
Maybe I should look. Maybe I should watch a horror movie to calm down.
but yeah, really, a lot of those movies have the analogies of what kind of what we're going through now. And as far as horror, it's not. It's more psychological than it is blood, guts, and gore. So when you're sitting there thinking about what we're actually going through right now, the storyline is an analogy of what we're going through right now. Going back to Rod Serling, a lot of his stories was based on what was going on at the time.
Yeah, that hold on. If you could just plug it up so I can plug my phone up. That's all I needed. I needed everything plugged up. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
I see my battery. I see my battery getting low.
Are you plugging it up?
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Did you plug it to the Don't make fun of me. No, just plug the white cord up to the surge protector.
Tell him to come say hi. Tell him to peek in. Hello.
You want to come say hi? He's shy. He's really shy. Well, at least say hi.
Hi.
Now you're gonna plug the TV.
He said hi.
Yeah, he's shy.
He's my late husband. Yeah, okay.
He's not. You'll hear him mumble and grumble in the back, but
Yeah,
you'll probably never see him. Yeah, I got the remote. But I mean, you know what? I like I like the community that we kind of built as far as on the social media side.
Yeah.
I just wish that the people who thought and felt like I did lived closer to me.
Right. So we could but we have to be grateful for how we can join like now with being live online, live streaming. Because
Yeah,
I wish so bad that a lot of you guys are around me. I got like this retired cop on this side that had Trump Pence sign flags, and then this guy over here with the Trump flag, American flags, and then like there's a bunch of "Don't Tread on Me" flags, those yellow flags with the snake thing on it. And then like cars driving around, which I started seeing in 2016, which helped me make up my mind that I wanted to get out of this country, with nooses on the back of their trucks. Yeah, in 2016, I started seeing nooses on the back of vehicles. I was sitting in traffic. A friend of mine was driving me to a doctor's appointment. And I was looking, there was a truck right in front of me. And I was looking and I wasn't feeling good, but I was looking and I was like,
really, am I looking at what I'm looking at?
see, was it the first in?
Yeah, it's going off in and out. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if that's me or her. Let's see. I think you're freezing.
It was.
I hear you now. Hold on. Hello?
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, that was my internet this time. It was
buffering.
Okay. Yeah. So when Doofus and Chief was ushered in, installed, that's when I started seeing people acting a fool. And that's when I knew.
You know what? And I think, it's times like that I'm grateful that I do live where I live, because I wish you would.
Right. Well, I mean, like I haven't had like I've had like the passive aggressive stuff and seeing things like that, but nobody's gotten physical with me, or it hasn't resulted in anything like that, by the grace of whatever.
And the crazy thing is I know if you've read or saw The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking about that for about a week now, like because I got a lot of little. I don't want to call them, you know, but we got a big warrior class around here. And instead of fighting each other, y'all need to mobilize against what the real enemy is and who the real enemy is.
Right.
That boy, his mama renting just like your mama renting.
Right.
Y'all fighting over something that really, the drugs and all of that stuff like that. No, y'all need to know who the enemy is, and it's not him and it's not you. That's what I'm thinking about.
But you know what? The way people are learning from each other on TikTok, like what like I said, whatever anybody believes about TikTok is just like any social media. But a lot of people are waking up that, learning what the United States did not want them to learn. And I'm watching their awakening, and I'm watching how painful the pain in their face. Like a lot of them were like, I didn't know. Like I've read the comments and had people come, I had no idea. Like they really had no idea. And it's like, so I'm not, I'm glad they're waking up, and I feel still some kind of way about the ones that were malicious about their vote. That 55% of white women, those are the ones I'm never going to forgive. I'm never going to forgive those women. Now the women that are learning and they're trying to right the ship, you know, those women
It's
that are
not a,
trying.
it's not a, I don't think it's enough of them.
Well,
The
that's what
fact
I'm
that,
saying.
that woman that said that white life statement,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
she's from Illinois and she won.
Oh, she did.
She won. Yeah. Down there by where Anna is. It's a town to this very day that is still a sundown town here. It's called
Oh.
Anna, Illinois. Ain't no allowed.
Yeah, that's the same thing with that Bobert lady. She won her district because first off she ran unopposed, and it's like a gerrymander district.
And she said to ban the separation of state and church. Church and state, I'm sorry. She wants to ban that. And they're working on that because now your tax dollars are paying for private education.
Hmm.
And you can pray in schools again. So you know what if I was in school, I'd get put out because I would piss them off. What I would do is go get me one of them little prayer mats and I
Right.
would face the east. I don't know
Look,
what the hell. I would have to learn it, but that's what I would do.
and you know what I would
Pray
do?
prayer in school.
I would get one. I would get me some prayer beads and a Buddha. Like the monks, like the Buddhist monks, wear those drape their monk clothes. I would get a monk outfit and some prayer beads, and I would learn me a Buddha prayer.
Just watch Tina Turner. Nam yo ho renge kyo, nam yo ho
I'd
renge
learn a
kyo.
Buddha prayer.
Yep,
Look, and go
exactly.
ahead.
And just sit there while they saying they prayers, you just chanting.
Yep,
They stop it. They stop it because it's your right. Remember?
yep. That's what they said, right?
Hmm. I'm kind of glad my kids. I'm
I
kind of
would
glad
give me
I'd
Buddha
be
on
up at the school
everything.
every day if it was my kids because I know how petty my children are. So yeah, they think like I do. I'm just glad they both out of school. Yeah, but I mean, I just don't know. My question is how far are they going to roll things back? That's my question.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like I've been saying since 2015, and the reason I came to this conclusion in 2015 was when I saw him slither down that escalator, and then like the first few
Slither
rallies
down
that
the
he
escalator.
did, he slithered. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna even refer to him as a human because he's not, and the people that support him are not. I'm not gonna be shy about that. I'm just not. I will try to not, use certain words because I don't want to get kicked off any platform or anything. But look in my eyes and you see what I really mean and feel how I really feel about them. But other than that, yeah, when I saw those rallies, I was like, they're going to try to take us back to literal chattel slavery, back into chains,
And not even because they
chain
need us, it's
slavery.
just because they can.
Right, right.
And that's what I think it is. It's not even because, I mean, nobody is farming cotton and rice and
Right.
tobacco like that anymore. So if it's done, our plantations are going to be Wendy's,
Yeah.
McDonald's, call centers, making nothing.
Yeah, that's where they're headed, because
Yeah.
the Federalist Society pays the Republicans.
And they had,
They want to get rid of the entire Constitution. That's where we're
yeah,
headed.
yeah. I was um I was reading about the Federalist Society,
They
and
want
they
to
are
do
the
away
ones
with
who
all of it.
back the Republican Party,
Yeah.
and their goal has to been to basically take all the amendments out of the Constitution.
Yep. And they want to do away with it
Yeah,
altogether. They want to throw the entire Constitution in the trash. Period. No amendments. No nothing. Because they're trying to make a new Constitution. They're trying to write their own constitution, like another constitution.
but the thing is, I would like to say that because I know, I mean, we are not in this country. We are not the majority. What would happen? Do you think? I mean, who's going to fight somebody else's fight? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We be on
That's
our own.
that's where the UN and them come in, because, like I said, they'll come in. They'll sanction, because everybody wants to avoid war, like actual bombs and guns and soldiers on the ground war. They will sanction us first. That'll be the first thing. Sanction us to try to cripple us financially. That's
Okay,
what would
but they
happen.
trying to cripple you financially. However, all they're going to do is work us harder.
But I mean that's a tactic of war to avoid war. Look what we did with everybody sanctioning Russia, but he's still trying to kick in Ukraine's door.
Right. He sanctioned, but it didn't stop him. It didn't neutralize him.
Well, but the only reason it didn't, because he had already he started killing the oligarchs that didn't approve of the war. He started killing those guys. Oligarchs have lots of money, so once he started killing those guys, he got control of their money to keep going.
Well, I heard he only got 2 years to live. But he just had some type of procedure. They said he had some kind of cancer or leukemia. I'm not sure which one it is. I know they said something about blood cancer, which is usually leukemias or lymphomas. So, I don't know.
Whatever
Even
it
so,
is,
what does that mean? What does
right?
that mean? What's going on here is gonna, I don't know. So sometimes it makes my head spin. It really does.
Like you said, the anxiety. This helps me with my anxiety, keep me kind of grounded, because I get in my head, and especially being by myself, and I start just panicking, like panic attack. Like I had a panic attack last night after watching this. I had a panic attack. I'm gonna play this video. I had a panic attack. First, it was. I'm gonna play this one.
As a sex crime.
Oh wait, I'll try to stop it. So I'm gonna play this one first, and then the one after this just sent me in a panic, and I couldn't even go to sleep. Like I was like, oh my god, because I saw the video right after we were talking about what was being said in the video, and I just got into a panic. Okay, this is the first
As a
one.
sex crimes detective, I dealt with numerous cases of incest, more than I ever thought existed in this country. I also talked to other sex crimes detectives who had the same experience. Small rural America is filled with incest. The people wearing MAGA hats are a direct consequence of that. I said what I said.
She's a ex-detective. Now, this is the one that sent me
Women
into a
that are
panic.
pissed they're losing their fucking freedoms. And these fucking women.
Real women
Fucking potatoes. Want to see where it's going? They're not even being quiet about it no more.
We are the Christian Taliban. This is the era of Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism is on the rise and people are thirsty for it. They are hungry for this. And we are the Christian Taliban. And we will not stop until the Handmaid's Tale is a reality. And even worse than that, to be honest. Yes, we do have to start rolling back. There was this article from The Atlantic where it's like, well, Alito is on a mission to roll back the rights of women, to roll back the past 100 years of rights that were given to women. Yes, that is what we're doing. And it's only going to get worse for you from here.
Alright, this video is for the women that are pissed they're losing their fucking freedoms. And these fucking women.
Well, I mean, that is kind of disturbing. It is very disturbing, but my mind is still trying to wrap around the fact that I live in a state where a woman who said Hitler had the right idea, and she won. She won, you know? Hitler had the right idea.
Just
When
like
he
you.
said, huh?
No, finish what you said.
She said Hitler had the right idea when he said, if you have the youth, you have control, or something like that.
That's why they're coming after TikTok.
Yeah. Because nobody, I mean, I'm not on Facebook like I used to be. I'll go say something here or there, but for the most part, I'm like, eh.
I'm only on there because I manage groups and stuff. I have some groups
Well,
on there.
I stay in Facebook jail now, so no. But the crazy thing is the stuff that I'm going to Facebook jail for is stuff I posted 6 and 7 years ago. Like when I posted something when he had with him with a bottle of bleach drinking it. I posted that years ago. I just got out of Facebook jail for it a little while ago. Like, dang.
Look, I've been on Twitter for like since 2005 or something like that, 2009. And I'd never been in the Twitter jail. I've heard of people getting into Twitter jail. The first time I'd ever gotten Twitter jail was last year. After all that time, because I tweeted to the CEO of, I think it was Delta Airlines or American, one of those airlines, where the pilot said, you remember that pilot that was saying I should crash the plane or something like that, or he was talking about it was crazy. This pilot said something crazy. So I
Well, he
tweeted.
was like, he said y'all should have took a boat. Was it that one?
No, that was a joke. No, this guy was being racist. This pilot. Let me try to find it. But yeah, so basically he was being racist, and let me see if I can pull it up. And I tweeted to the CEO. I said, "Do you approve of this?" And then I got put into Twitter jail. I'd never been in Twitter jail before, and I didn't cuss at the man or anything.
I've had Twitter a few times, but I never. That was the one. That's the one I can't like. I don't get it.
Let me see. Yeah, it was let me see. Yeah, I got because I tweeted directly to the CEO. Let's see. I think this is it. Let's see. It was something about the mask or something about the vaccine or something like that, and the pilot was like, let's see. That wasn't it. I'll find it because, yeah. So basically, a lot of those people in that industry too are very racist.
Doesn't surprise me. Most of them come from the military, don't they?
Yep, yep. And look, I told people that years ago too about police departments. I was like, a lot of these rogue policemen, they came out of the military and they went into the police department to continue brutalizing people.
Yeah. I mean, they have to do that. It's in their DNA. They have to. They don't. When I think of it like this, if you look at white people as a whole, they are not evolving. They're devolving.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look at these people. I mean, honestly. And I hate this. Well, I mean, it's the truth. This tribalism. This is all that this is tribalism.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a primitive. It's a primitive instinct. You either with my group or you're against my group. And if you're against my group, I have to do something to you so my group can have and yours don't.
Right.
It's like they're becoming more and more primitive.
Okay, here it is. Let me see. I found it. But this is the this is not the full article. Let me see. He yelled, "Let's go, Brandon."
Oh, yeah. I
That
didn't know
guy.
what that meant until last month.
Yeah, I had when I first started seeing it, I didn't know what it meant until
I didn't know what it meant.
yeah.
You know what
He
it means? They were at a big rally and they were saying fuck Joe Biden, but they were saying that it sounded like let's go Brandon. So
yeah,
now when they say let's go Brandon, they
that's
basically
what they
it's
mean.
code word for
Yep,
fuck Joe Biden.
yep.
That means because they just probably didn't have no teeth in their mouth. It probably did sound like let's go Brandon.
Yeah, they got that from the it was a NASCAR.
Oh,
It was at NASCAR.
oh,
Yep, yep. Yeah, so basically it was American Airlines and the pilot yelled, "Let's go, Brandon," over the loudspeaker before they even landed. So could you imagine being in, especially being somebody that's like us, a black passenger on that plane, and you hear the pilot screaming, "Let's go, Brandon"?
it's a psychological thing. I think. I mean, before they get to do too much of anything else, they gonna been to war us out, like we already aren't wore out, like mentally and emotionally.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. And I mean, to a point, I have to pace myself
Yeah,
because I get pissed off because I know that's what they're trying to do to me. And I don't like people doing that to me. So I had to pace myself between my panic attacks and my anxiety and stuff like that. And then I'll like kind of recuperate for a day or two or something like that, and then I'll come
yeah,
back and do it again because I got no choice. I have no choice
yeah.
because, like I
Just
said,
to
I've been.
distract myself, like during my little down. I had very little downtime today,
Mm,
but instead of strolling through TikTok, what I did is I went online and I was at the looking at a school that I wanted to attend.
Oh, did you click that link?
You know what? I didn't get those links.
Oh,
Did
hold
you send?
on.
Wait a minute. Did you send them in text or did you send them on TikTok?
I sent it. I thought I sent it in text. I thought I sent it to you in text, but hold on, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna send it in the chat here. I'm gonna send you. Let me
Okay.
find, let me find that link and see. Now,
You don't have to be quiet.
okay, here's.
No, he's sitting over here. I told him you don't have to be quiet.
Okay, so I'm going to send it in the chat here. Okay, look in the chat here and see if you see that link.
I don't know if that was a car or motorcycle. I don't have it yet. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Okay, that's the link for the school. Now I'm going to send you the link to the website, to my CDC Productions website right after
Okay.
that. So this is the link to the website. Okay.
Okay. Well, if I click on them now, it's going to take me away. So I'll do it once it's over.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I'm using my browser.
Okay, so well, if you don't get it, if like when you close it out on your close the the the
I'll
video
just
chat.
copy it. I'll copy
Yeah,
it to my clipboard. Matter
yeah,
of
yeah,
fact, let
yeah.
me do it now.
Right. Because either way, if you lose it, then I can send it through your text too.
Let me see.
I forgot you were on your
Copy,
phone.
link address, and then let me see. Okay. Now the second one, it won't let me. Hold on. I'm trying to. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's the website.
You know what? Let me see. I'm just going to. I downloaded the link.
Okay.
Yep. I've been laughing because I'm like, I was looking at the white women during my lunch on some of those TikToks. I was like, this is who we leaving this stuff to. This is. I mean, they too busy worried about what they gonna wear.
I saw that. The cosplaying.
Exactly. Like y'all about to pretty much be pants dispensers, and y'all worried about what y'all about to wear. That's why we where we are now. I just don't. And then like I said, I worry about my parents too because they're retired, both of them,
Mhm.
and they're talking about taking away Social Security and
Yep.
Medicare. My
That's next.
mom, my mom's already struggling. It's hard for her to pay for her medications, and she had a kidney transplant, so she has to take anti-rejection medicine for the rest of her life. What if they take that away?
They want to take everything away.
Just so, I mean,
Just to maintain power, basically, to maintain power. I mean, that's
and
all it's
none
about.
of this stuff, none of this stuff. I mean, when whether you die first or I die first, we're gonna be, whatever you choose, but more than likely you're gonna be in a pine box.
Yeah. But
And if I don't express my wishes, I will be too.
but like I said, we're still gonna have to pay when we die.
Yeah,
I mean, they're monetizing like every little thing. Like there's no peace. That I just want peace. That's why I was trying to get to Japan, because I want peace. And the level of anti-blackness there will not get me killed like here. Like they're actively trying to kill us and daring us to do something about it. Like
at first
that's
it
been
was
the case.
slow. It was a slow burn,
Yeah,
but now it's like a fast track. They
yeah,
they they want us gone,
yeah.
and I just don't know what to do because even if we unified and came together, look what they've done. They've bombed whole blocks. They would have no problem bombing where they know we are.
I mean, but what can we do except trying to survive whatever it is? Because I mean, we got no choice. We have no choice until the UN or some outside country steps in, and that's what's going to happen. Like they've been watching this. I think Canada put out a
But
report
a
two
slap on the
years.
wrist, to me, as far as our lives and humanity, you know, a sanction is a slap on the wrist if they're going to still be able to continue to do what they're doing. Remember, United States in their minds are like they're like a superpower. They think that the world is dependent on them, and pretty much they are. A lot of these places.
To
How
an
can you
extent.
sanction the people that you? How can you sanction the people that sanction you?
But trust it, like I said, Canada did a report 2 years before all this happened. So they were already aware and they already saw what was happening. So they've already made their contingency plans, especially seeing how what happened with Russia and Ukraine and how everybody was scrambling, that everybody that depended on oil or gas from Russia, they have
Maybe
their
that's why
they
maybe
have
that's
their
why this border
contingency.
patrol thing has been put in place too.
Yeah, yeah. And they have the other countries have their contingency plan now because they
I ain't going nowhere cold.
as far as depending on the United States, they were already prepared. The other countries that was looking at this, like watching the news and reading the news of other countries, they were already sounding the alarm about us falling into fascism. And as soon as I saw it 2 years ago, especially the Canadian news, then that's when I started posting it, which I already saw it coming anyway. I just thought it was going to take a little bit longer. I wasn't prepared for it. I knew that's where we were headed, was fascism and authoritarian.
They're going to starve us out. They're going
Yeah.
to try to, and they can.
Yep.
We are consumers. We're not producers. I mean, no matter how independent you are, you still depend on this. You still depend on capitalism one way or another.
That's why, like I said, I started uh, weaning myself off of it years ago. So I'm already a little ahead. Like, well, actually, I'm a lot ahead because I saw that I did not want to support them. I did not want to give them what little bit of money I had. I refused.
Right.
Like people are always shocked to find out when I say I don't use Amazon. I actively look for other places to order from. I don't buy anything from Amazon. I don't buy Amazon Prime. I don't subscribe to anything that the United States puts out. I don't subscribe to Disney. I don't subscribe to cable. I don't subscribe to any of it. None of it. I do subscribe to Netflix and I subscribe to Viki. And Viki is like the Asian TV shows and movies and dramas. Those are the only
Okay.
two subscriptions I have. I don't have any other. I don't watch anything else. I don't watch American TV. So those are the only two things that I pay money for. Viki is $9.99 a month, and I downgraded my Netflix to $9. So $20 a month for two streaming services is all I pay for.
Okay.
That's all I watch. I don't, like I said, I don't watch anything else. So, and then even
Yeah.
on Netflix, I don't watch any American shows. I refuse. I refuse to give them support in any kind of way. I just don't. Even people I grew up and I used to like, but then you grow up and then you find out they're a crappy person. Because I watched how these American entertainers acted when COVID first started, which made me more adamant that I didn't want to support any of them. I watched how selfish they were, especially with people in lockdown. People in lockdown, and like people were depressed during lockdown because they didn't know what was going on We had a government that didn't know what was going on, or they knew what was going on, and they were just screwing it up for everybody on purpose. I was watching the entertainers in South Korea and Japan and how they were acting and how they were treating their fans like they were on lockdown too. They were making music for their fans to try to cheer them up through the pandemic. All of the shows that I watch, all of the Asian shows I watch, every one of them at the beginning of the show, they had a disclaimer on the beginning of the show saying that we filmed our show under strict COVID guidelines. Like all their shows had that on there. Everybody was wearing a mask. They had to cancel all of their like meet and greets and concerts and stuff like that. Their entertainers switched to online. They started doing virtual like concerts and stuff for their fans because everybody was locked down and scared for COVID. So they were
Right.
looking out for their fans and doing stuff like that. What were
But
the
then you
American?
have to look.
No,
Every
what?
country had a better response to COVID than the United States.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not justifying it, but you have to think about it. The president got up there and said it's like a little flu. It'll be over by Easter. And
But
it's what, almost 3 years later, and we're still affected by it.
and
I
then
know,
the
you know,
entertainers, you know what the entertainers were doing here? The American entertainers, all of them, they were having parties, they were traveling, they were posting their $5,000 designer bags. They were having private parties at the Kardashians' house. Nobody was wearing a mask. Nobody was thinking of the fans. Like there was like, look at me, look at me. This is what I'm doing during COVID while y'all are on lockdown and y'all are losing your jobs and y'all can't afford food and y'all are worried about this pandemic. This is what we're doing. Look at us, look at us. That's what all the American entertainers were doing.
yeah,
Screw them. I don't have any
true.
respect for them. None. None of their award shows, none of it. And I'm really adamant
Yeah,
about that.
I don't. I've never. I couldn't tell you when I watched the last time I watched an award show. So
Yeah, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see. I don't want them crossing my TV, my screen, nothing. Even on commercials, nothing. No social media, nothing. I want to see these American people, these entertainers. They selfish, every single one of them. I was just like, really? I don't, and I'm trying to learn other languages too. It's like I don't even care if I don't understand what these people are saying on these shows. They got subtitles. That's all I keep on in my TV in my house. I don't want nothing American on in my house. Call me anti-American or not, I don't care. And that goes for the black ones and the white ones because they were just as bad. Having
yeah,
private parties and then these like that one I saw on Twitter. Like I said, I don't seek it out. It just came across my feed. That couple or whoever the couple was, it was a black couple, rappers and their girlfriend, and he's throwing her flower petals down the aisle for a party for her birthday. It was a birthday party that was worth over $500,000, $250,000 during a pandemic, and then she's showing pictures of a $5,000 designer bag that she got as a gift. That was only one of the gifts, but she's showing that on IG and stuff like that. Like, no, I don't want to see none of them. There's nothing they could say. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. They're selfish.
because America's we are all Americans, black people too. It's there is no group. There's no account. It's like everybody's an individual.
Well, that's how America conditioned everybody.
There's no sense of community around you.
And you
You
know
know,
what? That's a product of the propaganda that America itself has conditioned everybody to feel like. America itself conditioned people with this individualism stuff.
it's a saying that I've seen a lot in a lot of the things that I look at about Africa, and it's called Ubuntu, which is
Mm-hmm.
I am because we are.
Hmm.
And I mean, I think if we worked toward that more, if we could,
Well,
it's hard to. It's hard to.
it won't be it won't be easy to do now that we're all in the midst of collective chaos, because
Oh
now
yeah, absolutely.
everybody is just so, and that was by design, by these
Because
the government.
we've assimilated into their culture, into Western culture so much.
Right,
We, I mean, we don't know how to function outside of what it is that we've been indoctrinated in.
right. But some of us are breaking out of that. So, I mean, there is hope, but it's a matter of us getting to that point. But right now, at where we are right now, we're in the midst of a collective chaos, and everybody is freaking out in different ways. Everybody is freaking out in different ways.
It bothers me because while we are trying to wake up,
Hmm.
all of this stuff, like you said, is being fast tracked.
Yep.
You
Because they
know,
see us waking up, so they're like, "Nope, we got to keep,
and now it's just the point to where anything we do is reactive because we weren't proactive.
and not just
We didn't know. We didn't know to be.
that, we don't that they're putting on us. We don't have time to breathe, to collect ourselves, to get organized
Because we're
because of
always in
all the
survival
chaos.
mode. We are
Yeah,
always in survival mode. That's why we can't plan the way this white
yeah,
whatever it is, Christian nationalism is, because we're in survival mode. Our next thought is the next move we need to make, and then maybe the one after that. We don't get to sit and think 10, 20, 30 years down the line. This is not something that just popped up overnight.
right. Because
This
they've
has
been
been in
doing
the
this for
works
years. They've
for
been
years.
planning for this for years
Yeah.
while everybody was asleep.
Yep. I
I
mean,
was paying
I
attention.
used to think about like the stuff like just I know you don't watch TV, but just TV in general. I remember where it was like now it's almost soft porn when you look at TV.
That's another reason why I don't watch American TV, because all of the Asian shows I watch, they don't. It's not. There's no sex. I mean, there's like in the storylines. Say there's this one drama I'm using as an example. You got to wait 10 episodes before they even hold hands. That's what I. That's what I.
Well,
That's what I
I
like,
mean that's gonna be pretty much here soon too.
and
I
that's why
mean,
I'm an instant fan.
if they're in your bedroom so much to where they want to they want to make sodomy or gay sex illegal,
Mm.
there's not going to be anything that you're going to be able to see
Well,
because
I
of
mean,
these Christians, you know.
oh, I'll be able to watch. Like I said, I watch. They don't have anything like the questionnaire stuff. They don't mention anything about the shows that I watch. But like the shows I watch, they don't have a lot of violence, like gun violence. They don't have sex. They don't have
Well,
all that stuff in there.
that's if they let you keep it. I mean, at this point, they're trying to,
Oh,
like I said,
I
they're
see what
trying to,
you're saying. But yeah,
because I mean, if they're trying to convince people to not put social media sites in their stores, what
mm,
else is next? You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And because I mean, think about it. Remember in Russia, they were talking about a lot of people in Russia didn't even know what was going on because it was illegal for them to even talk about it.
Mm,
What was going on in Ukraine?
right,
A lot of the people didn't know what was going on until something happened and a hacker took over their TVs and they got to see some of the things that were going on. But they control they control the media here. But the media is more interested in making money, so they're going to give
right,
people what they want. They want sex, they want drugs, they want violence and stuff on TV. But
right.
if the right people get in control, all of that is gone. We're going to be watching remember Crooklyn, 1, 2, 3.
See,
The devil's after me.
I love.
That's up on TV
I
all
love
day.
Cricklin. Cricklin was so cute. Oh my god, that was so cute. That was so cute.
Yep,
The
that's
little
what's going
girl
to be
was
on
so
TV all
cute.
day long.
Oh my god, I love Cricklin.
Yep. Or try to teach
That was
10-year-old girls how to be good wives. I mean, it's serious out here. And we are so distracted with just trying to make it day to day that we don't have time to sit and look around and pay attention.
No, I do. That's why I'll do
Yeah,
it.
you do. And I mean, I'm not even, completely aware, but I do see some of the things and I've been paying attention.
Hmm. Well, I'll pay attention, and I'll send. That's why I'll keep sending you links and stuff for stuff that like really really uh grabs my attention. I'll be like, I need to send this to her so she could be aware. I send stuff to people so that you could be aware, because
Yeah.
I
And
know.
it's like I'm glad to have somebody to talk to about, because I know I'm driving Lefty crazy with it. Cause I'm like, well, did you find out? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? And I know he's probably like, this girl crazy. This all she
Because
talk about now.
well, and it's because like I said, men have the attention span of a gnat. That's just all men. All men are like
For
that, man.
some things. But then again, it's like for our men, they can't afford to sit. And I'm not saying that they don't think. I'm not saying that you don't
Right,
think.
right.
Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I have to make that clear. But
Right.
it's like they have so much other things on their minds that, they maybe this is like not a priority at the moment.
Right.
But I sit and, like you say, I'm thinking. I'm constantly thinking. I'm, like, damn, what next?
And we have to keep doing that, because so we'll know what step we need to take for whatever else is coming. Because like I said,
Yeah.
it's rolling downhill fast now. They're in the fast track mode. They're in scorched earth
And
mode
you
now.
know what? They doing all of this talking and protesting and all of that stuff. But when that white man say, come on, jump on board, that's enough now. They're gonna put them little flags and all that stuff down and follow behind, just like Serena Joy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh
you've seen
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
Handmaid's
I
Tale,
saw
but
I
they're
saw a
gonna
little
be
bit
just like
of the
Serena
first season.
Joy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know who
Yep,
you're talking about. Yep, the blue hat, the blue dress lady.
yep. And then we're gonna have Aunt Lydia's,
We've already got that. We've already got that. Marjorie
Jenny
Taylor
Thomas.
Greene, Moscow Marsha Blackburn,
Yep.
Lauren Boebert, Bobblehead Boebert,
And
that
the
lady.
crazy thing is do they realize that y'all fighting to get the rug snatched right from under y'all selves too?
Yeah, but those are the women I think of when I think of what's her name, Serena.
Serena Joy.
Yeah.
Just as long as they higher than the lowest
Right.
person, that they all right with it.
They're trying to mark their territory and establish their position. Yeah. Yep.
But you haven't seen the whole thing. Some seasons down, they get messed up too.
I saw the last time I watched it was because I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't stomach it anymore. I tried to watch like the first season, and then I think it was the point where I stopped watching was right when Serena was when she was resisting and starting to push back against. She stood up in front of the people in the auditorium,
And they chopped her
and they
finger off.
chopped off her finger. Yeah, that's I think that the last time I watched it.
Yeah. And I saw that the cast of the show actually did a I don't know, what is it called, an advertisement,
A PSA. I saw that
a
on TikTok.
PSA.
Yep, yep. I saw that
Yeah.
on TikTok. Yep. I mean, this is bad. I saw that yesterday. I saw that come across my For You page yesterday. I mean, I already knew we were in a bad place, but this is really bad.
And it's like people think that you being concerned about it or you paying attention to it is, you know, it's an exaggeration, but it's not.
And they think you're a nuisance. Yeah. I'm used to that because they've been treating me that way since 2015 when I was trying to sound an alarm when he slithered down the escalator. Yeah, people been looking at me crazy since 2015.
You know what? America, hold on. What is it? American, I know you don't watch, but American Horror Story, they did a season and it was horror when Trump won.
I think I saw somebody tweet about it. I never watched American Horror Story though, but yeah.
My favorite season is 3 with the witches. That's my favorite one. I can watch that over and over again. I have,
So
as a matter of fact.
didn't they make him a clown or something?
Make who? Oh, I don't even remember.
That because I remember people tweeting about it. But yeah, I
You
never
made it.
watched it though.
And then it's like I'm looking at these people, and it's like you can't even go to you. Black people can't even go to the church for help like you used to back in the day.
Nope.
I mean, it's nothing. They too busy trying to get material things,
Yeah, like okay, so
jets and
the
planes
BET
and
Awards came on the other night, and I was just looking at the feed. I was like, I said I was trying to talk myself out of tweet something about. It. I was like, look, read the room. We're not interested in seeing anything about the BET Awards. I personally am not.
but some people they look forward to it.
And then today, the news with R. Kelly came up. I'm like, oh, here's another distraction. They try to distract black people
They
because
sentenced him. I don't even know. I don't. What happened? Did they sentenced him?
they sentenced them to 30 years.
Wow. See, I didn't even know. I haven't.
But check this out. They sentenced that Ghislaine Maxwell chick, the sex
To
trafficker
20,
Trump's friend, to 20.
20 years.
Not that I'm like playing comparative Olympics here. I don't care about either one of them personally. But they keep staying on the bull crap with the racism. Because the little
They
things like
didn't
that
send. You know
continues
what?
to
One
send a
thing is,
message.
it's a lot of people that she's afraid that are afraid of what she can tell. So I think that might be one reason why she might not have gotten as much time. It's a lot of people scared of what she can say
Uh,
because she may not even do that. Remember, this is still a white woman.
yeah, but so was Epstein was a white man and he didn't kill himself.
He sure didn't kill himself. It was too secure,
Yeah, he
and nothing ever happened to anybody.
Bill Barr was in charge of that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that's when he was Trump's friend.
Yep. And yeah, all of the people knew, and they stayed with it because it was benefit, his dysfunction was benefiting them at our expense. And I kept telling people that. I was like, they're using him as a distraction. They're doing the real damage behind the scenes while he's out here up front distracting everybody with dumb tweets and stupid rallies.
Right. Why are you still rallying? Why do you keep having to put yourself? If you are that good, if you were that good of a damn leader, you wouldn't have to keep getting in nobody's face doing rallies like, "Hey, look at me, I'm still around." They would know.
He's doing the same thing Hitler did. Hitler did
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, but we have been on here for almost an hour and a half.
Yes. Oh my God. I just looked at the clock. This was a great show. Oh, no, do
It
you have to go? You
was.
have to go get ready for bed for work tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Miss Eartha. I was hoping that some more people. I think our other friend, it was her father. She sent me a message, and then we had one other viewer, I think, but she was doing something with her husband. So tomorrow we'll plan maybe to do do it again, maybe like an hour early. So I'll make sure we're all together on able to come on at the same time. But that's okay. The show still went on, and we had
It sure did.
had our say, and we said what we needed to say. So yay!
So look, deep breathing, okay? Deep breathing. No more anxiety attacks.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, I will see you tomorrow, young lady. Oh, let me know if you didn't get those links. Just send me a message and I'll send you the links again.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.